Welcome back, everyone. Chief Kevin Martin is with us today from the Lima Police Department. We're talking a little bit about the enforcement they've been doing for quality of life issues. You've been doing this all the way back even before the summer started. How are things going so far? Are you getting the results you're looking for?
Yeah, I think it's been very successful for us, and it was in response to numerous complaints we were getting throughout the community for various quality of life issues regarding traffic, loud music, different things like that. So at the beginning of June, we made a conscious decision at the department that we were going to assign officers. We have a minimum of one patrol officer per shift for 16 hours a week, each week, to focus on those quality of life complaints that we're getting, and especially in those areas where we're getting the most complaints. And it's been very successful. Since then, we've had, to date, more than 800 enforcement actions taken.
Wow.
That consists of traffic citations, misdemeanor citations, and in some cases, arrests.
Yeah, we think of, you know, when you offhand hear that traffic and noise and those kind of things, you think, oh, those seem minor. But I'm telling you, it's like you said, if you're a resident living in that area and dealing with repeat things every day, that's exactly what it is, quality of life. It makes you miserable.
That's right. And when you have even things like people that are concerned about going to the grocery store to get their groceries each week because you've got a lot of people loitering, walking in the middle of the street and those types of things. You know, for someone on the outside looking in, oh, no big deal, it's people walking in the street. But for the people that are having trouble getting to the grocery store, that is a very big deal. Yeah,
you know, and you really have to put a concerted effort like you guys did into it, because some of those aren't easy to enforce, because if it's a noise or traffic, a lot of times by the time you get there and they know they might be in trouble, they take off before anything can happen. Are they tough to kind of catch some of those folks?
Well, they are. And the other thing that's important and why we have made a concerted effort to assign some specific focus to these issues is there needs to be consistency in the enforcement action. Because without that consistency, people feel like maybe they can get away with it more hit and miss. So that's why we have tried to make a concerted effort to focus some very specific resource on these problems to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community.
Yeah, and you've used all different kinds of ways to do that. And one of those technology, I think about the speed trailer, because I was coming down Market Street one day and I saw it. And you don't think about it. Even if you're going 3, 4, 5 miles an hour past the speed limit, all of a sudden when you see that, that gets your attention, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. And the speed trailer has been very successful because, for instance, with the very first location we put it in was on Jameson Avenue. And the speed trailer, in addition to showing people what they're posted or the speed they're traveling at is, it also gives us some real-time traffic data.
Sure.
And what the data showed while the trailer was out there, the first few days, speed was incredibly fast over the speed limit. But even after a few days of the speed trailer, it slowed down. And then for the next couple of weeks after that, we followed it up with some enforcement, having officers out there with radar, and the violations were very low.
Sure.
I believe we had, if I remember right, the first week was like 8 or 9 total citations in an entire week. During those times that the speed trailer showed us, we had the biggest problems. So people were getting the idea, it was educating the public. We didn't have to write so many tickets because people were getting the idea and they were complying on their own. They didn't need us to give them a ticket.
We did the story this week about the reverse enforcement, where folks thought they might be getting a ticket and they did something, they had a boo-boo, something they did wrong. But I love how this worked. Tell us how this came about.
Well, Sergeant Aaron Rohde, who oversees our community policing efforts within the department, he came to me with the idea, wanted to be able to do some, what we coined the term reverse enforcement. Rather than issuing tickets for bad driving behaviors, give out rewards for good driving behaviors. And so he gathered support from a number of local sponsors, which we were very grateful and appreciative of. But that allowed them to put together gift boxes to give to people, and when they saw good driving behaviors, people obeying the speed limit, people stopping at stop signs, people being courteous to other drivers, allowing them out into the traffic, those different types of things. Those were the kinds of reasons that they pulled somebody over and gave them the gift as a way of thanking them for helping to improve the quality of life, again, for our entire community.
Yeah, another arm of that. I love that, too, because as we said, there were a couple of people that we had interviewed, Sergeant Singh and talked to. They said, I thought I did something wrong, and immediately got a present. I'm like, wow, that really made a difference. So thanks, Chief, for telling us about it. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good seeing you. Don't go away. Medical news coming up next on Noon Edition.